Today we have for you some really exciting DIYs that you're going to love.
Today we are crafting using real wood, and this piece was left over from this Hello Spring porch sign that I did several weeks ago. I had about a foot left over, and I thought, what a great piece to create something for spring. It does have a lot of splinters when I cut it, so I'm just going to sand it down smooth, and that way we're not going to risk any splinters. And then once it's sanded, I am going to wipe it really well, making sure it's dust free, and then I'm going to give it one heavy coat of Waverly chalk paint and the white. Once it was fully dry, I'm going to take this presentation board. You can find these at Dollar Tree. They're made out of cardboard. If you do not have cardboard boxes, this is a great alternative. I'm going to cut a few pieces. They're going to be 2 inches by 3 inches wide. And then I am going to cut 6 of them because we are going to make a little banner for a sign. Once I had 6 pieces the same size, I'm going to mark where I need to find the middle on the bottom. And then using my blade knife, I'm just going to cut angle cuts so that we can have a little flag style bottom. I am then going to take several pieces of this crafting paper. I get several of these books, whether it's at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and they have beautiful designs. So I picked 6 different designs that really complement each other. And I'm just going to Mod Podge it onto each little flag and then cut the excess using my X-Acto knife. Friends, you know that I would love to connect with you on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. And I always have those links down below in the description box. If you want to check them out after you're done watching, go ahead and do so. If you need to help finding where the description box is, it's right around this corner. You'll find a little arrow. Just press it, and then you'll find a lot of information down in there. Once I had them covered, now it's time to create what will be on each little flag as well as the board. I'm going to use my Cricut Joy to cut out the word spring and also hello. So I'm just going to place each little letter, one in each flag, spelling the word spring. I am now going to use my Crop-A-Dowel to cut out 2 holes on each little flag, and I'm going to try to do it as evenly as possible so they all match in size. And then I'm just going to take some string that I already had on hand from another project. I am going to add a little bit of tape to one end. That way it can thread through the holes nicely. I'm going to start from the back, threading it through the other hole, and then just doing that on all 6 flags. Now that I have all the flags threaded, I'm just going to place it on top of the board and just arrange them how I want them. They're going to overlap a little bit on the ends. I actually wanted that to happen. So I'm just going to hot glue them in place so that way they're not going to move around on me. Once I had that in place, it's time to add the hello on the top. This beautiful design was already available in the Cricut design space. So I'm just going to weed out the design, and then I'm just going to use some transfer tape, place it on the top. I'm going to use a scraper to make sure it attaches to the transfer tape. And then I'm going to remove the transfer tape, making sure that the design stays on it. Once I have that, I'm just going to place it where I want it. Once again, I'm going to use my scraper to make sure it attaches to the board, and then remove the transfer tape to reveal the design. I'm going to flip the board over now, and I'm just going to hot glue the remaining excess of the string, and then we're going to add some more to the top so that we can hang the board. And that's it for this one. I gotta say, it's one of my favorites from today. I love the design. Those little flags are so pretty. I love it. For the next wood craft, I'm going to take this piece of scrap wood. You can tell it's been around for a while. I have no clue where it came from, but I am going to cut it into 4 pieces. Now, these 4 pieces, one's going to be larger than the other. Each one's going to have a different size. I'm going to take it outside to my miter saw and I'm just going to start making some cuts. If you do not have a miter saw, you can use a miter box, which I'll show you here in a little bit how you can use that. Once I had the pieces cut to the size that I want them, again, I'm just going to sand them down smooth, making sure there are no splinters and that they are soft to the touch. And then I am going to hot glue these little beads that I already had on hand. You've seen them before. These I already had stained for a different project that were left over, and I'm just going to hot glue one on top of each board. So what I'm creating here is a little wooden family representing my own family here at home. Now the little tiny baby one, I am going to paint using Waverly chalk paint and the moss. Then the other one, which is a little larger, is going to be what would be my husband, and it's going to be in a light blue. And then the pink one's going to be my daughter, and then I'm going to be in a yellow one. I just thought this was so cute. Once I had them painted and they were fully dry, we're going to join them together. And this is how cute they're looking. I'm just going to use some hot glue, nothing fancy, and I'm just going to place them in a pattern that kind of complement each other in size and color. Once I had them in place, I am going to join them all together, wrapping you around with some lacy ribbon from Dollar Tree and making a very simple bow in the front. Friends, don't forget to visit my Amazon store, which is linked down below in the description box. I have all of my favorite items from Amazon, and if you follow me there, you'll be notified anytime I add new products. So again, check it out. It's linked down below. All right, so I'm just going to add a cute little flowers right there, and that's it. Look how beautiful this little wooden family looks. I love it. It's going to go right in my spring decor this year. For this next wood craft, I'm going to take these 2 pieces of scrap wood. These were literally in the scrap tin that we have for burning in the fireplace. I'm just going to sand them down just a little bit to remove splinters and smooth them out, and then dust them really well. Then I'm going to take the smaller one. I'm just going to paint it black using Waverly chalk paint and the ink. And then the other one I'm going to paint in the Waverly chalk paint and the moss. What we are creating with these is some wooden bugs, and I think it will look so cute. Wait until you see these. All right, so here's that miter box I talked to you about. You can buy these on Amazon. I do have them on my Amazon store. I'm just going to grab these paint sticks, and I'm going to cut them into 3 sizes. Now, they're as close as possible in size, but they don't have to be exact. Now I'm going to take this beautiful napkin. I think I got this one at Amazon if I'm not mistaken. And I'm just going to Mod Podge, adding each little wood piece onto the napkin where you can see some of the flower design. And then once I had them attached, I'm just going to cut off the excess, sand down the edges for a smooth finish. I took 2 other paint sticks, and this time I did cut them in 3 pieces again, and I'm going to paint them red in the Farmhouse Red by Rust-Oleum chalk paint. I'm going to let those dry, and then we are going to drill a couple of holes on top of each wood piece. This is going to be where we can place some hot glue and then some pipe cleaners to create some antlers. We are creating these little bugs that are going to be perfect to add to your spring or summer decor. And then I did take a pencil just to curl them and add some character. Now we are going to attach those pieces that I Mod Podged the napkin to what will be the back of the little bug. And I'm just going to place 3 on each side, making sure that they are in the shape of a fan. That means is they're just going to be facing opposite ways just to create a fan look. I'm going to add some googly eyes to the fronts, and then I'm just going to make some little red cheeks just to add a little bit more character. Look how cute that looks. All right, moving on to the next one. This one's going to be a ladybug, and I did the same thing. I'm just going to drill a couple of holes, add some hot glue, added some black pipe cleaners, and I'm going to curl just the top portion of this one. Then I'm just going to add some black dots to the already dried paint sticks, and this is going to be the wings of the ladybugs, and we're just going to hot glue them to the front. Now, I ended up not needing so many, but I wasn't sure how many I was going to need. but I did end up using 4 of them. Now 2 of them I did have to trim just a little bit using these shears, which I do have in my Amazon store as well, and I did touch up with red paint where I needed. And that's it for these cute little crafts you can make using wood pieces. These were literally scrap wood, and I love the way they turned out. For this next wood craft, I'm going to take this wood round. Now, this was not scrap wood. This was from Dollar Tree, but I just thought I'd include it because it turned out so beautiful. I removed the juice string and I painted it yellow. This is a bright yellow by Dixie Belle, and I'm just going to give it one coat and let it dry. Then I'm going to place some tape and I'm just going to make some stripes going across. It's going to look like a pizza, but it's not. It's going to be a lemon. And so I'm just going to paint the little stripes and I'm just going to crisscross them all the way around till I have the shape of a lemon. Friends, as always, I would love to also connect with you on my blog. I post 2 blogs every single week where I have written format of my video tutorials in there. If you want to check it out, it is also in the description box. All right, so we are almost done making these stripes, and then now it's time to add what will look like seeds. I'm just going to take a paintbrush and just mark here and there where I want them to have like it to look like it was seeds. Then we need to make a rim. So I have this bowl. It's a pretty large bowl, and it happens to be about an inch smaller all the way around. So I make sure I centered it as close to the center as possible, and then just painted it white. Now I don't want full coverage. I did want it to have a little bit of a distressed look once I had it completely painted. Once I removed the bowl, I was in love with this lemon. Look how cute this looks. Gorgeous. All right, we're going to add some greenery. These are from, I believe these are from Walmart. I'm just going to grab a couple branches, hot glue them to the top, and I'm just going to start stacking some greenery and florals to add texture and character. So we're just about done with adding the florals. I did add some nautical rope from Dollar Tree, the white kind, to the back so that we can hang it. But you can add anything you want to it. And I think this one turned out absolutely gorgeous. What a beautiful, fresh looking wood round you can place outdoors in a covered porch or indoors. I think it would be perfect for any decor. And it's one of my favorites. But I gotta say, that first one, I think I just love that one so much. But let me know which one is your favorite down in the comments. And here's another video that you can watch with tons more of inspiration. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.